to get this uploaded to our page so that they can come back and listen to the replay later. So I just want to introduce myself really quick. And if you're on here too, can you go ahead and just click the mute button on your computer? And then that way you can unmute yourself if you have a question while we're working. What I'm going to do is, I don't want to keep everybody muted, because as we go along here, what I'm going to do is actually break for a couple minutes so that we have time to actually get to work. And so this power hour, it's going to be a little bit different than some of the ones that we've done over the last several weeks. I really want everybody to be able to focus this time on doing things that are going to create or potentially create an income for you. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a very realistic hour. Like if I was going to, I only had an hour in that day, this is what I would do. I would sit down, I would complete this list of things. And so if you do this every day, if these are the only things that you do, I can promise you that you are still going to be, you know, doing a number of things that are going to be working to get your business moving in the right direction. So I first want to welcome all of you guys here tonight, and thank you for getting on. I know everybody's busy. I know that you know, everybody has things to do. Some people's kiddos are going to bed and all that good stuff. So thank you for jumping on. My name is Kelsey Freshour, Presidential Diamond. You know, some of you know me. I see several new faces on here. I am so excited to be on here and just kind of share a little bit with you about what I do in my day. So little bit about my story. I'll just kind of tell you, I joined November of 2014. I have been in the industry, and I've been in the beauty industry. I'm a hairstylist. I own my salon business too. So I've been in the beauty industry for 13 years. I worked this business and worked my salon business full time up until the time that I went Presidential Diamond. So, you know, this power hour, what I'm doing here is really a very realistic look at what I have done over the last 2 years to make sure that I'm building my business while I'm also super busy. I have 3 little boys. I have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 5-month-old. And I also have a home that travels. So, you know, you may have seen that I put up the other day on time management. Obviously, that's something that I really, really have to focus on. So let's go ahead and get started. I want to make sure that we're being productive with our time tonight. So the first thing that I want to do, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of give us tasks, and then I'm going to just play a little bit of background music and set a timer for that amount of time that I want to work on that. If somebody has a question, you can unmute yourself and ask a question and I can answer it. But I want the majority of our time that is being spent here to be kind of focused on doing these tasks. So let's go ahead and get started. So if I was jumping on my computer for the first time that day, and I will be honest, I worked at my salon all day today, and then it was beautiful outside, so I played with my kiddos for a little bit. I've kind of done things on and off today, but this is a very realistic hour of, in basically my first hour of really getting hard to work on my business today. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to jump on Facebook. Hopefully you're at a place where you can do that, whether you're on your phone or on an iPad or laptop. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my Facebook, and I'm going to spend about 5 minutes wishing everybody who has a birthday today a happy birthday. And here's the reason, and I'm not just going to write it on their wall. I'm actually going to go into their to their page, and I'm going to send them a private message wishing them a happy birthday. This is going to do a few things. It is going to bring them into my newsfeed more. It is going to bring me into their newsfeed. And then also it's a great way to strike up conversation with people. So let's go ahead and just take a couple of minutes here and just wish everybody a happy birthday. If there is any task that you finish early, or don't get a chance to finish, you can obviously move on to something else if you want to. Like I said, I'm just going to set music for a couple minutes. We'll work on that, and then we'll move on to the next thing. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, and we'll just kind of work together. Set a timer for 5 minutes.
Bounce with it, girl. That's you.
Zach's having a hard time right now. I don't know if you want to send him a message. I sent him a message, but I figured it might help you too.
I'm going to have everybody, if you can, if you're not muted, mute yourself so that we kind of lessen the background noise a little bit. Again, I would mute everybody, but in case somebody has a question about something, I don't want to do that. It's really easy though to do. I mean, you just have the little microphone, just click on it so that it has a red line, and then that way we will kind of scratch out some of the background noise. There we go. That's perfect. Thank you.
That's what I mean.
Hey, buddy.
Here.
They have baby food on it?
Okay, so we are going to go ahead. Hopefully everybody had a chance to finish that one. Usually it's pretty simple, just depending on the day. There can be more than others. So we are going to move on to the next little bit here, and that is I want to take about 10 minutes to add new friends. So what this is going to be doing, and it doesn't matter to me whether you want to do this on Facebook or whether you are somebody who builds their business on Instagram, or whether you want to kind of split it up and do both. I actually do the most of my business, I do it on Facebook, but I am also building my friends and my followers on Instagram. So I am going to kind of hit a little bit of both while I do this today. So what I'm going to do on Facebook, for adding new friends, I know Deb talked a lot last week about going into groups and doing it that way. I'm going to keep it really simple since she went into a lot of depth on that. And I'm just going to have you go to your, where it says people you may know on your Facebook. It brings up suggestions for you. Go through those over the next 10 minutes and add anybody that you're not friends with who, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to add people that are already a Networks distributor. You don't want to add people that have a bunch of mutual friends that are already distributors. What you're looking for is people that you have, a few mutual friends with, again, that are not distributors, that, you have a connection in some way, but you're not completely just requesting them completely out of the blue. So that is what I generally look for when I'm on Facebook and I'm adding people, when I'm doing it that way. So the other thing that you can do is go to Instagram, and there's several different ways that you can add new followers on there. And you can actually use this time as well if you would prefer to use it to unfollow people on Instagram. Whatever you want to do. What I'm going to do right now to put new followers on Instagram is I'm actually going to go through all of my recent posts, and I am going to find pictures that have a lot of likes on them and then follow everybody that liked it. So what that tells me is that all of those people who have recently liked those photos are obviously pretty active on Instagram, or they're there often enough because they've been active very recently. So those are the kind of people that I want to add, because I want to make sure that I'm putting people on there that are going to be seeing things in their timeline and also interacting with people. So that's what I'm going to do. So let's go ahead. I'm going to set a timer for about 10 minutes here, and we'll do that. Does anybody have any questions about that before I go on?
Yes, Kelsey.
Yes.
So what you're saying, if when you go on Instagram, you're going to look at not your posts, because obviously you're already friends with them, but other people's posts and see the ones that have had a lot of people like them or active that's similar?
Yes. Let me give you an example. So I'll spin my phone around so that you can see it. Don't judge me. I dropped it, so it's really, really cracked. Let's see here. Okay. So I don't know if you can see this or not, but when you go into your Instagram here, when you go into your timeline and you're able to see where your friends posted everything, that's what you're going to go through. So let's see. I have this picture here that one of my friends posted of their little boy. It has 58 likes.
Okay.
So I'm going to click on the 58 likes, and I'm going to go through there. And see, it shows all of these people. I'm not following any of these people.
Okay.
So anybody that, and I don't even know how to put this, but anybody that looks, normal, that they have a legit profile, they don't look like a creeper or anything like that, I go ahead and follow them.
Okay. I kind of judge by the look too. I know
that's so bad of me, but I do as well. So does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to go ahead and set a timer, and we'll go ahead and just go to work adding as many people in that 10 minutes that we can.
Hey, Kelsey, I have a question. So how do you add people that are like, because it seems like everybody I know is a unique rep.
Hold on one second, Mandy. There we go. Sorry, I'm having technical difficulties. Okay, so Mandy, what was your question again?
How do you go about it? Seems like everybody is either like a unique rep or some kind of other direct sales person. Do you still add those, or do you skip over and try to get the normal 9 to 5 people?
Yeah, I typically skip over those people for several different reasons. A lot of those people are on Instagram for the same reason that you are, and that is to build your business, to build their business. So it just kind of puts you at risk if they're following you back and you're following them. It kind of, you know, and not everybody is like this, but it does put you at risk for them potentially using your friends and your contacts to be able to build their business off of. So I typically stay away from those people. If it's super obvious, you know, I do have every now and again where I add people and I find out later that they're, you know, maybe somebody with Unique or with whatever other company. And then in that case, usually I will unfollow them unless I know them. And then that's a different story. If I know them, then I don't mind being friends with them. It's not necessarily a big issue.
Okay.
But definitely, I mean, the type of people that you're looking for is, you know, people that are not already in business. If that, I mean, does that make sense?
Yep, that answers my question completely.
Okay.
A question. I keep hitting, I keep finding this account is private. Follow to, so do you just hit follow and wait to see if they're going to accept you?
Yes. Yep. In those ones, you're kind of basing on just off of their profile picture, on who they are. I do still request people if they're private. I mean, I think of mine is also private. So if somebody requests to follow me, they can't until I accept it. So I just will still follow them, and then you just kind of wait to see if they accept it or not.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Are they in there?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I have it. Oh,
if you guys have, I was just going to say too, one more thing that I like to do in this little bit of time, if you have extra time, is to go through. I know that I get a lot of random friend requests, and a lot of times I don't necessarily know who the people are. So you can use this time also to, I usually ignore the friend requests, not deny them, but ignore them until I find out who that person actually is. So you can use this time to kind of dig into that a little bit further. And if you have requests, just look on their profile, see who they are, see what kind of mutual friends you have, and you can approve friend requests as well. Okay, so that 10 minutes is up. What we're going to do next is I am going to move on. This will be just kind of something a little bit more interactive for you to do on your Facebook. Facebook or Instagram or both. I will probably post it on both. So what I'm going to challenge you guys to do just for the next couple minutes here is to make a post on Facebook, something that's on your dream board that you're going to accomplish this year. So this post should be exciting. It should be inspiring. It should kind of, be something big that is kind of stepping out of your comfort zone a little bit, but put it out there for the world to see. I always say that you kind of have to speak to the universe and tell it what you want. Tell it what your goals are in order for them to come true. So I'm going to give you guys a few minutes here. Let's do that, and hashtag I will at the end so that I can read all of them after. Does that sound like a good idea? All right, I'm going to set the timer here for just another couple minutes. We'll make sure we get this post up here.
Hey, I have a question real quick, and I do apologize. I'm multitasking. What are we posting again?
We are posting. Throw a post out there that just tells everybody something that's on your dream board this year that you're going to accomplish. So, like, I'm going to post about, it's been on my dream board for a very long time, and we're finally going to do it this summer, and that is to put a pool in. So, this is going to show people what is possible. It's going to put a big dream and a vision out there for people. You want to be super excited about it. You want to have it kind of inspire and motivate people, and just put it out there so that people can see it, and also to just kind of hold yourself accountable too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Kelsey. What was the hashtag again?
Hashtag I will.
I posted it, but I didn't.
No problem.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on the next thing here. So we are going to take about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less, by going through Facebook or Instagram or wherever you are building your business. What I want you to do is go through all of your recent posts, and anybody who has liked or commented on your posts, you are going to add them to your hundreds list. So, you know, sometimes we can get busy and life can get crazy and we forget to go back and do that, but those are our potentials. And those should be people that you know are watching and that you should definitely be adding to your hundreds list so that you can follow up with them later and reach out to them. So let's go ahead and take just a few minutes here, go through all of your recent posts, you know, as back far as you want to, and just make sure that you add all of those potentials to your hundreds list. And does everybody have a hundreds list? Give me a thumbs up if you do, thumbs down if you don't. Already have that? Good. Looks like most of you do. Perfect.
Kelsey,
Yeah.
a quick question. When you say post, do you mean any post or just the post about like it works?
I typically tend to lean more towards the post about it works. However, you know, whether it's about a business or product, you know what? Go through all of your posts if you want to. I mean, that just means that those people are watching and that they're following you. So they're absolutely a potential. So
Okay.
go through any of them and write whoever is engaging in your activity down on your potentials list for sure.
Great. Thank you.
Sure.
You're gonna love my boyfriend.
That is the last thing I heard.
Hello. Yes. Oh, they should be there about another half an hour. All is, yes, all is good. Yeah. Are you guys back home now? I can't remember when Chris said you were coming home. Oh, yeah. Do you guys have a good trip? Good. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, good. Good. Okay. Let me catch up with you maybe tomorrow. I'm kind of in an internet meeting. So, okay. But yeah, she should be there about another half an hour or less. Yeah. All right, for checking. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Cat's chasing his tail.
It, why might they not need a wrench? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay, fastest way from Walmart's head out for Menards. Go to the Arctic Cat dealership, the Reporters dealership, hang right. Okay. Yeah. Hey, fastest way out of town from Walmart, left going on parking lot. What? Oh. No, not much. Hey,
Hey, Kelsey, you're muted.
do you know where Colesburg is? Colesburg?
Hey, thanks, Sarah. I'm just over here talking to myself. I'm glad you caught that. Anyway, so hopefully everybody had a chance to get a lot of those potentials added to your friends list. If you, or added to your hundreds list, I'm sorry. If you did not have time to finish and want to continue on with that through this next part, or if you want to continue it on later, absolutely go ahead and do that. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the next portion. Time is actually going a lot faster than I thought that it would tonight, which is a great thing, but also bad because there's a few more things that I want to get to. We've got about 15 minutes left. So I'm going to break it down. I had 10 more minute segments and then a 5-minute, and I'm just going to break them down and do 5 minutes for each one. So your next one, now that we have added some people to your hundreds list, what I want to do is I want to focus on 5 minutes of sending new messages out to those people. So, you know, we've talked so much about messages that you can send. If you go to that Because You Can and You Will page, that if you go into the files tab, there are so many examples of messages that you can send to either potential distributors or potential loyal customers. So please, if you don't know what to say to these people, go find that information. You know, keep the messages short and sweet, but let's go ahead and take 5 minutes to message as many people as you can in that amount of time. Truthfully, this is where the majority of your time, if you're really focused on building your business, this is where a lot of your time should be spent. So let's focus on that for now. We'll do 5 minutes on new messages. I'm going to quickly just give you guys an example of something that I'm sending just because it is short and sweet. I just want to kind of right now try to create some conversations with people. So one of the things that I was doing just recently was going back through my Instagram, and I posted a before and after picture today of a wrap and had a couple people like that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm sending those people a message. The message is very short and sweet. It just says, this person's name is Tina. So I said, "Hi, Tina. Thank you so much for the love on my post today. I appreciate your support." And then just, "Have you ever tried a body wrap?" So very simple. I'm just wanting to know if she's tried it, wait for an answer back, and then I can dig further into conversation after that point.
Well, you also have to figure though, there's also something wrong with sis. So probably.
Maybe he needs a diaper change.
He didn't feel full.
Maybe he pooped. Here, check
I
him.
didn't smell anything.
Well, and lately you can't smell it.
Nope, butt's clean. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to bed. If you need anything, just text me, okay? Hey. If you need anything, just text me.
Okay. I'm almost done with this.
Okay,
Zoom
you
anyways.
guys. So let's go ahead and move on
It was
to the
only
next
four. It
part.
was only 4 an hour. It's almost over.
If you would like to continue, if you're on a roll, if you feel like you're on a roll and would like to continue messaging new people, you are more than welcome to. My next part that I want to spend some time on is just taking some time to follow up with anybody who you have talked to, in the recent weeks or even prior to that. I am going to have everybody, if you can just check your mute one more time, kind of cut out some background noise here. So let's go ahead. I'll set another timer. We'll do 5 minutes of follow-up or 5 more minutes of sending new messages, whatever you want to do here. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead. We're going to move on to our last thing here. So, the last 5 minutes, what I want you to do is you can either spend the next 5 sending messages or putting posts out on the walls of some of your teammates to encourage them. And this, of course, is if you have teammates that are under you. If not, that's okay. No worries. The other thing that you can do is go through your timeline or through your Instagram and just like or comment on as many new people as you can. So what you're wanting to do is to start building relationships. So, if somebody has a picture of their kids, you can comment on that. You can like it, whatever you need to do. Try to focus on new people if you can, just to start building new relationships. We'll take the next 5 minutes to do that, and then we will kind of close out. So that is all that I had today. So thank you guys so much for being on. Again, this is very, very, I mean, pretty much if I'm spending an hour, this is pretty realistic. This is very much what I'm going to be doing with my day and with my time. So does anybody, before we get off of here, does anybody have any questions about anything? Hopefully you got something out of it. I know that we were kind of rushed through the very end here. I do like to spend the majority of my time, if I can, sending messages and actually getting those direct messages out to people. So I would probably spend a little bit more time doing that if you have a few extra minutes tonight, but otherwise it's pretty realistic. And if you just took the time to do just the things that I talked about here, I mean, this is how I got to where I am today. This is everything that you need to know. Again, it is just basic information. It is nothing super difficult. It is nothing, it's not rocket science. It's just taking the time to get these things done. So again, thank you everyone so much for jumping on. I do have this recorded. I will try to get the recording up. You guys are doing amazing, and I'm so proud of all of you, whether you are on my team or not. I'm so glad that you were here and that you plugged in with us, and we will see you guys on our next Power Hour. Goodbye.
Thank you very much.
everybody.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.